Hello friends, we are back on the Colorado Trail. I'm here with the one, the only, the mule.
Hi there.
So Chuck and I have completed all 486 miles of the Colorado Trail. However, halfway into the trail, there are two options. You can take the CT Collegiate West and the CDT, which is to the right, or you can take the Colorado Trail CDT that goes to the left, and that is the East Collegiate. So Chuck and I's very first hike ever was right here, and we took Collegiate East, took a left, and now we are going to come back and do that other stretch of the Collegiate West.
Hashtag memories.
Memories. So, I told you we're at altitude, not acclimated. And our first day here, we have the biggest mountain to climb of the whole trip, about 3,200 feet in elevation gain. So that'll be in a few miles here, but we're on this beautiful lake here at Twin Lakes, and it's a beautiful morning. My brother Jim dropped us off this morning. Enough babbling. Let's get to hiking. We started our trip with a 14-mile hike from Twin Lakes. We climbed over Hope Pass to North Fork Clear Creek. I just made my first mistake of the trip. It's about 3 miles in. Saw a nice shot, went to reach for my tripod, and it had fallen out of my backpack. I just backtracked 2 miles, found it, hiked the 2 miles back to where it was, but Chuck's ahead of me. So that means Chuck is probably about 4 miles ahead of me. In the next 4 miles, we're going up. Making my way up. Probably about a mile up. Sign here. We'll pass 3 miles. So that's all this uphill stuff here. Climbing uphill this first day. That altitude is really kicking in. Just slow and steady. Take a break if I need to. Whew. Just under 12,000 feet now. Came to my first patch of snow. Middle of July. Still snow. Still going up here. Can't remember what the exact altitude at the peak of Hope Pass is here, but I'm guessing I have 500 feet more to go. It's kind of exciting when you get above tree line. Look back. Made it up to the saddle here. Woo. That altitude. Ooh, look at this though. I made it to the North Fork of Clear Creek. Beautiful area here. Lots of pine trees. Pretty flat. Lots of shade. It was a tough day. You know, I didn't do as many miles as I usually do, but getting acclimated, going up that big mountain, going back and adding 4 miles on. Waiting for Chuck here before I set up my tent. This is where we talked about camping, but thought I'd check with him. I know he's struggling a little bit today, so hopefully he'll get here all right.
On day 2, we walked 17 miles. We climbed over Lake Ann Pass and camped a little before South Texas Creek.
Good morning. Got about 5 miles in so far today. Truck slept in a little this morning. We're headed towards the Lake Ann Pass, which is another steep, over 12,000 feet. I think it's 12.5. I'm at about 11.5 now, so I've made it about halfway up. So about another 1.2 miles till I reach that summit. But just thought I'd stop here, having some breakfast, enjoying the view. Have I told you how beautiful it is out here? I love it when I clear a tree line. It means we're almost there. If you're hiking this direction, there's a nice flat area next to Lake Ann. Of course, it's right below Lake Ann Pass. See everybody camped out down there. Get back on the trail. Trail goes that way. Comes back up where I am. And it heads up that way. There were some people in front of me. All right.
Yes.
Awesome. Made it up to Illinois Creek, but I don't know, 11 and a half miles in for the day. I filtered some water down there. There wasn't much shade. Filled up my water bag here again. Came up, gonna have some lunch here in the shade. Lots of mosquitoes around here though. So roughly maybe a little over 8 miles to go. But for now, I'm gonna have some beef sticks, spicy nacho Doritos. Where we going? WTF, man. WTF. Oh. I hiked up to about 31.5. We were planning to camp at 32 tonight. Looking at far out, it says there's a really good campsite at 32.5. However, I know that there's one guy that's already going to be there, and I don't know how big it is. And I'm a little concerned about where Chuck is at. So I walk back. I'm at about 30 now. Just gonna sit here for a while. Hopefully Chuck shows up. We'll decide if we're gonna go any farther. 6:45. Still no sign of Chuck. Starting to get a little worried. Usually he would show up by now. I set up my tent over there. Decided this is where I'm gonna camp tonight. 2 miles short of what we had agreed on where we would get to. I'm 99% sure he's still behind me. I don't know how he could have got around me since I started hiking before him, but I also discovered that I packed the wrong cord and I can't charge my Garmin InReach Mini or my headlamp. It looked like my micro USB cord, but it has a different end on it. So, I'm not worried about the headlamp, but my InReach is down to 29%. I messaged my wife on it, telling her I was going to turn it off and only turn it on during emergencies. I did message Chuck on it quite a while ago. To his phone. He doesn't have an InReach, but I didn't hear anything back. So I think what my plan is, I'm going to camp out here, pray that he shows up tonight. If he doesn't, you know, we've done this long enough where either he stopped short or something went. Ooh, I see movement. Maybe that's him. I'm gonna keep on hiking tomorrow morning. About 5.8 miles up the road here is where we get into the alpine above tree line, and that's when I had cell service last time. So I'm hoping I get a message from him. But I'm seeing somebody walking my way right now, praying that's him. Let's see what happens. Chuck! I was a little worried, yeah. I was just recording a video saying, this is my plan if Chuck doesn't show up tonight. How you doing?
How's it going?
You know what? You can't hike all day if you don't start in the afternoon.
Glad to see you, buddy.
Yeah, you too. Hey, good luck.
Well, I'm glad Chuck arrived. Nothing wrong. He just slept in. Probably left 3 hours after I did this morning, so he arrived about 3 hours later than I did, so we hiked about the same pace. But I'll be able to sleep better tonight, and he has a micro USB cord, so I'm charging my Garmin InReach right now. And I should have enough juice to keep it on all the time. So tomorrow I'm going to try to wake up really early. A lot of people have been talking about after we get up to that 5.8 mile marker, we're going to be above tree line and might be a little bit more exposed. And we haven't had those afternoon thunderstorms yet, but you never know what's going to happen. So going to finish eating my dinner, go back to my hammock and relax a little. My hammock, I wish. Go back to my tent and relax a little bit.
On day 3, I walked 23 miles. Most of the tougher than expected journey was above tree line. I camped above a stream a mile past North Fork Chalk Creek.
Good morning, friends. Making my way up that big climb. Ran into a trail runner. Well, 5 minutes ago, they told me that there's a moose up on the trail up here. And I just encountered some very fresh moose scat. So, maybe we'll go lucky and see a moose. I think I made it up to the peak. A saddle nonetheless. Whew. I think I'm at 12,200 feet. There's a trailhead right over there. But I don't think I gave you a proper view of this valley. It's a lot bigger than it looks. Successfully made it through Cottonwood Pass. Whew. It was a little cooler with some trail magic. Most of it had been taken. Found a little orange, hit the spot. If you can't tell, I'm going back uphill again. I think though, once I reach this, I won't have any more climbs that are over like 500 feet. But we will be exposed. Nice little valley here again. See the trail coming down this way. Beautiful valley with the lake down there. The trail goes up this way. In front of me here's my new friend Nolan. Just met on the trail, been chatting with. You can see the road way back there. I zoom back out. Whew! Above the snow here. I had to skirt around some snow, kind of go off trail, and then you have to figure out where the trail is again. walk through some snow, but I'm not complaining. That snow definitely makes it more beautiful up here. That being said, I don't want to climb up any mountains for a little while. I'm over on the other side. Equally as beautiful. The crazy part about being above tree line is you can see the trail for miles and miles ahead. And I can see over here, if I zoom in, we're gonna have to cross that snow right up there. You can see here, it's pretty steep. You slip, you slide down 100 feet into rock. It's a lot more climbing in this section than I thought. Up, down, up, down. Going up. Mission accomplished. Oh! Here's where I went down. All right, I came to some snow again. Looks like I have two options. I'm trying to walk that way. I can slide down that way and then walk across. What do you think I should do? I'm gonna slide. Ah, fun. But definitely a snow wedgie. Cresting another mountain. Thought I would bring you along. You can see the view at the same time I do. Ah. Pretty nice. Whew. I'm not gonna lie. This whole trip has been extremely challenging, and today's just been an ass kicker. It's about 3:30. Found a little bit of shade here next to a water source. Just stopping now for lunch. Starting to get nauseous, a little lightheaded, so I'm going to take an extended break here. At least a half hour. Rest up. Been drinking lots of water. Been taking my salt sticks for electrolytes. My urine's still pretty yellow, but I'm just gonna chill out here. Hopefully I'll feel better. I have about 700 feet of gain here over the next mile or two, and then it's all downhill to where I'm probably gonna camp tonight. Made it down to the end of segment 4, or I'm starting segment 4. Trailhead over here. It's about 6 o'clock. I'm gonna see if I can push on for another mile and a half up to a creek. Some of the other people, through hikers I've been seeing throughout the day stopped here, but no, I'm stupid. So I'm gonna keep on going. Made it to that water source. Filled up with water. Burrows said that there was a flat spot just up the trail from it. I didn't see it. So, kept on going. Probably half a mile past it. Bushwhacked through some woods here. Trail's about 100 yards down that way. But I got up here. I found a somewhat flat spot. Whew! Got the tent set up. Boiled some water here. Going to make my dinner for the night. Had to sit and rest a little bit because I was A little nauseous, didn't have much of an appetite. Rested a little bit. How it's feeling. All right, this homestyle chicken and rice is smelling pretty good. Last night, after kind of our excitement, I sent Chuck a message from my Garmin, and I told him if there's any issues and you have cell service, message me on my Garmin. Well, first Chuck overslept again, and he said he actually got woken up by a moose.
This morning, I was woken up by some deep, deep breathing, which I thought was a bear. But when I came awake, it was a moose, breathing heavily next to my tent, making big, big dust clouds like this. And I freaked out, and he ran 20 feet away and stopped and looked directly at me like, "What are you doing here?" And that's how I was awoken by the moose.
So then he messaged me later in the day that his stomach wasn't feeling well and he wasn't going to be able to make it to where we had planned, which is probably about 2 miles back from where I am. So he's probably, I guess, 7 to 10 miles behind me.
Does Chuck make it to the end? Tune in next week for the conclusion of our Collegiate West adventure.
Pretty wiped.